Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. After several days taking breaks, I'm gonna go back and do another how to chart for the beginners. And this time I'm gonna do the chart technical analysis on SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF, QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF, and IWM, which is for the Russell 2000 ETF. So first, let's work on the SPY. So now you see I have a lot of lines here, and these are usually the trend line, right, or the level that I'm watching. And some of these I drew back a while back, and I would look at the chart and see how it hit. But let's erase them all and we can start from the beginning, or we can look at the new trend and level. Okay, so first of all, when you look at a chart with nothing, right, you first look again, I always look about a couple years back and see where they are. For a short term, I will use the daily chart, and then I look at the previous trend and the current trend. Now, for the previous trend, I pick the top of one, then the top of the second, and draw it. So that is the trend line of this period from here to here. Okay. So you can see, and then for the, okay, fine. This is for the top. For the low, which is the bottom, I draw from here to here, right? But as you can see right now, it's about like this. The trend was going down. So high, lower high, lower high. Oh, I'm sorry. High, low, yeah, lower high. This is lower high. This is lower low, and this is lower low. But from here to here now, you see that the trend direction change. So this is the top. I'm going to draw from here to the next one, right? And this is the new one. We can ignore for now. But this is the new trend. So this is the top of the channel. I'm going to draw the bottom of the channel from one low to another low. Okay. So you can see this is the high, this is higher high, this is low, and this is higher low. And you can say this is a high low, but we still don't know yet. We have to wait until it's done a wave. So okay, so you see the trend change, right? Normally, when we look at a chart, you want to look backward back to the higher previous high or the previous low. So now, since the chart is moving up, we look back at the previous high. And previous high was here, and it passed, and then we look for the low, the previous one, the higher one, which is here. And today it passed this high. So now we have to look at the previous one, which is right here. So this will be the next level that we need to look at. Okay, so we just mark it and see how it is. Okay, so how do we determine the next move of a stock based on the chart? So you can see here, go from here, right? Go up like this, down, up, down, up here, and then out here. So this is the channel resistance, this is the channel support. So right now it tried to break out, and when it go above the channel, we call it breakout. When it go below the channel, we call it breakdown. So now it's breakout, and there's some pattern that you want to get familiarized with. For example, oops. So take this away. So here you can see this is like a flagpole, and this is the flag. And when the flag is like this, we call it a bull flag. And when you get a bull flag, a lot of time the probability is to go higher. So for SPY, for the past week or so too, it created the bull flag pattern. So that's why it jumped, right? So what is the next level that we need to look at? A lot of time when it's moved above or break out of the resistance or break down from the support, it will make some move and then come back to the line to test, and people call it return to the scene of the crime. So now let's say SPY, this has been going up a lot for the past 2-3 weeks now, right? And we look at the stochastic with 90 and 93 to tell you that this has been in overbought. So up here is overbought, down here below 20 is oversold. So right now it's overbought. The chances for it to pull back is higher now. Plus it did, for the pattern, it moved, it broke out of the trend line, the channel, and even if we get another small bounce tomorrow, most likely this week it will come back, test this orange line, and I do expect it to come back to about 570 to test. Why 570 or even 566, 67? Because when we look back, we look to the previous high previous low or a gap, right? So now, let's say even if it go up a little bit more tomorrow, then you will see it coming back down and come right here. It's just how usually, as you can see around here, it doesn't go down straight, right? It go down and then up and down and then go back up and down, back up. So it does not move straight line. So here the same thing. Go up, right? We have to go, it's gonna correct, and usually it will go back to the previous high. And you can see, let me check out this bull flag. Okay, so you can see at this level here, you have this right here with a pivot point, here another one, and here another one. So this is why I say most likely it will come back here to test, right? So I expect it to come back down here, and then because go down, I put a red, right? And let me put the level so it's easy to see. So 567. Okay. So that is how I predict the direction of a stock based on the pattern. All right. The good news is that the trend had changed a little bit. However, it's still short term. It's might not be as permanent, or if something changed in the tariff news or other thing, it will go back down and then it will resume the trend from here. Because why? Let me take this out for you to easy to see. For example, right? From here to here is still the trend. If there's any news with tariff or other like recession or whatever, it can go back all the way down here to test this trend line, because like anything else, it will go break out and it will come back to test the trend. And this is the right now I consider it's a midterm trend. So it did broke out, but it might come back here to test. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure it will test 567 soon, and maybe later on it will come back here in about, let's say, in a month or two. We don't know, but that is, just you have to keep that in mind. But for now, we just focus on this shorter trend right here, and then right here for now, because we just look at the short term. We don't want to focus too far away, just for the short term. So this will be the short term how you say, the short term target for SPY. All right, now move to QQQ. Again, that takes out all the stuff that I drew before, make it easier, and similar to SPY, right? QQQ also have the trend, so I drew the trend here and keep it intact. Now I'm going to draw a new trend because this may bit, this is a new trend now, and draw like that. For the support from one low to another low. Okay, so this is the new channel, new trend as well. So what's next? Same overbought condition as 91 and 95, and also the when you look back, right? You look back and you see this and you see this, and it's right here. So look back, and the next one is this high of this candle. So I will mark it as the 512 will be the I call it the resistance based on the previous high. So like the other one, I expect this to come up maybe here in a day or two, hit, go back and test at least this level, which is the previous high at 494, and another one would be right here, or maybe the gap right here. Usually it try to fill up the gap, and it's 475. So these are the level that I'm watching next. So that is I'm walking you through how I think and how I predict prices. So I expect it to come back and at least hit here at 495, 494. Next, I would say within a week, and maybe here 475 in a couple weeks, like 10 days to a couple weeks, because it's already overbought and it's also need to retest the previous high. But this is probability games, so it doesn't mean what I predict is correct, because if something else come out with better news, it will come back and try to make a new high above 540. You just never know. But that chain is harder because of the overbought condition, and a lot of people already bought from these level here. Many of them will do take profit, and the other trader, they want to short, and they will short around here. So most likely we will have a pullback. So that is why I expect QQQ to go back to 494. All right, Russia IWM. So let's take all these out. You can see I expected to go down and then come back up, but it went only a little bit and went back, hit 197 and even passed it. So that is how you predict and check your chart. And the thing is, for chart, they for short term they change really quickly. When it hit it, your target may change the next day or next week, but we don't know. So for this, okay, so I'm gonna draw a trend line from the high to this high, or even here, right? But if I draw here, okay. So the trend is still here. This is the, I call it the mid term. Okay. So you can see, go through, and now it's trying to make back to this to test the resistance. Okay. If the chart would go like this over here instead of up here, I would draw the bottom. But now, to keep it simple, we don't have to worry about that, because just like the other one, the shorter term thing changed already. So we have to make the new one. The top, up, okay, bottom, low, low. Okay, so change it to red. Okay. So you can see it's the same thing as the other one, but you can go back. You can see this is higher than previous high here. QQQ also higher than previous high, but for Russell, you can see is right here at the previous high. So it's a bit weaker, and it's right at the resistance. Also is kind of overbought. So for Russell, when I look at this chart, I'm pretty sure it's gonna correct, and at least it's gonna go down to 203. Because when you look at the chart, you look at this is the resistance. When you got multiple resistance at the closer area, is the force is stronger. So you go up to that level, you will have a pullback pretty quickly. And for Russell 2000 ETF IWM is kind of weak compared with SPY and QQQ. So if I pull back, I would say it will go back to 200. First is it's an even number. People like even number, and because of the previous high right here correlate to these two, right? And then it's also passed by through a lot of other candle before, so is a good support point that we can pick. So I expect a pullback for these ETF. And now let's go back. SPY, I expect to pull back to 567, QQQ 494, and IWM 200. So it looks like we're gonna have a pullback this by the end of this week. So when you see like this, you can just wait to see how it is, and buy when it's low. You don't buy when it's high. For others that might short it, if they trade and they look at the computer all the time, they can short it and then sell it around for IWM at let's say 202, get out. But for the majority of people, especially the new traders, investor, you can wait until you get a good when the stock get to a good position where you can buy. For example, when it was low right here, you can see it was as oversold in April. You should buy. That's just how it works. When you look at the stocks, right, and you see it go down like almost like a waterfall, you don't know how long it is, but when you look at the stochastic and it goes below 20, it is a good time for you to buy. And when it go high, like here, high, right, correspond to this area, or high correspond to this area, you don't want to buy. You can just wait for the next opportunity. There's always opportunity every day, but you don't have to trade every day. And keep learning, and hopefully, there will be a good time for the opportunity for us to come in and buy. But right now, I see a pullback, so maybe opportunity will come soon. Just keep learning and wait for the right opportunity. Have a good one. Please like, subscribe, and share to your friends. Whoever want to learn about us, and I would try to put more. And probably tomorrow I will go with the Max 7, and I will try to go through each chart and show you how to chart it. Very simple, line, level, easy to understand, and the reason why I expect a pullback, a breakout, or stuff like that. It's not like 100%, but the probability will be on your side. And be patient, keep learning. Have a good night. Bye bye.